Hey, what's up guys? My name is Dennis. This is my first commentary in this series, and I'm going to start off with a doubles commentary on Select based on the concept of baiting. Alright, so first off, I want to talk about our start-off strategy for Select. Some teams will argue that sending one for rockets and one for sniper is the best strat. However, we found that sending 2 people for rockets works 9 out of 10 times. If you send one for each power weapon, you aren't really guaranteed to get both. In fact, you may not get either one. But if you send 2 for rockets, it's basically a sure thing. Once you obtain rockets, you can play more aggressively to get the first strike and then proceed to spawn kill. So as you can see, sending 2 for rockets is perhaps the best start-off strategy for Select. So let's talk a little about how to stay in control on Select. Select is a fairly open map. The spawn system can really flip the map on a team who doesn't really understand it. Your main priority should be to keep top mid control. The last thing you want is to be forced back into your base. If you are clearly outshooting your opponents, it's often okay to push and be extremely aggressive. You can utilize the tilt factor and intimidate the other team, as Blake mentioned in episode 3. If done correctly, you'll notice each DMR fight to be easier than the last. So once you're in control of top mid, you'll need to know how to keep control. In order to keep control, you need to know where to look in order to get the first shot on your opponent. If your opponent spawns somewhere you don't expect and gets the first shot, you'll be forced to back down to your side of the map. As you can tell, learning the spawn system of Select is also very important. In fact, this can be the difference between beating a good team 25-5 or beating a good team 25-24. So basically, the spawns are as followed. If you kill an opponent from top mid, expect the normal back left or back right side of their base spawn. However, if they have spawned there consecutively, or if you're pushed too far, they will more than likely spawn either blue or green in relevance to your position respectively. So now let's go over what to do when your setup falls apart. Let's say your teammate dies and you're either top mid or in their base. Let's start off with the most basic situation, which is when you're all alone top mid. If your teammate dies and you're still top mid, the best solution is to simply fall back and regroup. However, sometimes you manage to get your opponent weak. You may feel the impulse to push up and finish him off, but you need to be aware of his teammate's position. Sometimes giving up top mid control for one kill isn't the best idea. In fact, it's almost never a good idea. The problem with this for some teams is letting that opponent get away. Alright, so now let's talk about a more experienced strategy for gaining or staying alive in a sticky situation. If your teammate dies and you're all away at their base, there may be no time to regroup. In this case, the best thing to do would be to drop down under their base. This video perfectly exemplifies this strategy. As mentioned in the title, this concept is known as baiting. As you can see, I am directly under their base. Knowing this, they attempt to come at me from both sides. However, they were unaware that my teammate is watching me from under our base, baiting me. We were able to manipulate them into giving up around 5 or 6 kills until they finally realized what we were doing. This is perhaps one of the best strategies on Select. Speaking of some of the best strategies on Select, let's go ahead and talk about jetpackers. Normally a jetpacker isn't much of a threat, seeing as you can both see and hear them flying around. However, when a good team adopts this strategy, it can become a nightmare. Jetpackers have the ability to fly straight up after dying, therefore, even if you kill one, he can still spawn and immediately help his teammate. Certain maps such as Select, Enclosed, and Asylum are truly a jetpacker's paradise. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I'd like to go ahead and talk about our plans for future videos and series. We've decided to begin analyzing and commentating the gameplay of our subscribers. We really think it will be both entertaining and beneficial to share different types of game styles and tactics. If you'd like to have your gameplay analyzed, just send us a message on Xbox Live or through YouTube. I will include our gamer tags in the description below. Be sure to tell us why you think your gameplay should be analyzed and explain which core concept of Halo we could commentate on. These analyses will serve as a completely new series focused on you guys and your gameplay. So that's all for now. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe.